My 29-year-old female friend, let's call her Emily, 32-year-old female, is an amazing person. She's fun, adventurous, intelligent, super active, a fantastic cook, outgoing and just a great girl to be around. A few years ago she decided not to shave anymore, legs, armpits, female areas, out of protest to the patriarchy, resulting in her having very long dark hair everywhere. A few days ago we were having a beer and she told me how sad her dating life was. That she kept meeting guys and having very fun dates, but never got a call back, or when she tried asking for a second or third date, got rejected in a very generic manner. Now, after telling her, "You're so gorgeous and wonderful, the right man will come, don't worry," multiple times, I decided to go out on a limb and said something along the lines of, "I know this is a very superficial thing to say, but do you think it might help a little if you would shave?" She was very taken aback and told me she was disappointed I would suggest she change her appearance for men, and that I was the reason so many women were suppressed. I immediately apologized, but the evening was pretty much ruined. I texted her the next day, apologizing again for hurting her, but she hasn't replied. I really did not want to hurt her, but I also don't quite see how my comment was that bad, so I'm not sure how to phrase my apology. So decided to take it here and ask people here how big of an AH I am. Update. I'm absolutely overwhelmed by the amount of reactions this got. Thank you all so much for your well-worded answers and for your inputs. Emily messaged me yesterday evening asking if we could talk about the whole thing, and we had a phone call. She started by apologizing for her reaction and by the things she said to me. I told her that I wanted her to know that I and many others love her for who she is, and the last thing I wanted was to suggest that she change herself for a guy. Another important piece of advice I got here was to make sure she actually was asking for my opinion and not just venting. So I told her that I was very worried I had given her unsolicited advice. Thankfully, she didn't see it that way. She told me I had always been a loyal friend who had her back, and she always had valued my advice, which was why she was so taken aback by my comment. I told her that what I should have said is that I feel like in the past she has been attracted to men who don't necessarily share her values, and that she might need to be more clear with her dating choices and first make sure they align with her values to avoid being disappointed. She also agrees with this, and we really had a great conversation after that. Thanks again to you all for the insightful comments and for your help. Now for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. She has the right not to shave, and the men she dates have the right to think it's gross. People are attracted to what they are attracted to. That's just reality. If she wants a man who doesn't mind that she doesn't shave, that will be a much smaller percentage of the male dating pool, and it will be more difficult for her to find a partner. If she was asking for your advice and you were trying to help her, then not the idiot, especially because you're likely right and the hair is the reason the men are not staying. I think it's silly that she is mad at you for just stating the obvious truth. Editing to add, after thinking about this more, I am thinking that yes, the guys don't like the hair, but the fact that she has it is probably really a symptom of her personality and outlook on life and general opinions, and those things are probably the even bigger turn-off for these guys. And I will also now add, since some people are assuming things, that I am not saying that the men are right to have this view of her, or that I agree with that view. I'm merely pointing out that based on my lifelong observations of guys, a general average aversion to that type of viewpoint, I don't shave to fight the patriarchy. Maybe why some guys aren't staying. You may not like that, but that is the reality we live in. There are guys out there who won't feel that way, and that is who she would likely prefer. Comment 2. I'm saddened by the number, if NTA, here and the lack of reflection on our own socialization into cultural gender norms. I have read the post twice, and nowhere does it suggest OP's friend linked it to body hair, or that OP has surveyed all these dates and found out this is the reason. You made a judgment based on your own prejudices. Maybe your friend is picking the wrong men or is a boring date. I know many straight women who don't shave. I have never shaved my pubic hair and no man has ever complained, nor have they had any issues if I haven't shaved my legs, and they never seem to have trouble attracting a male partner. You assumed it's due to not shaving, but you're just projecting onto men you don't know. Prejudices they may or may not have. You're the idiot. Comment 3. You're the idiot. Not shaving is a value statement. She's looking for a partner in life that has the same values. By telling her to shave, you are telling her to change her values just to get a man. Instead of saying, don't worry, you will find the right man, why not say it's better that these wrong men are screened out than be with one of them that doesn't value the same things you do? Now that would be miserable, compromising your values. Being single is not the end of the world. Edit. Typos corrected and grammar improved for clarity. Edit to add, not shaving is a value statement for OP's friend as per OP. Her friend stopped shaving to stand up to the patriarchy. Not shaving is not a value statement for all those that do not shave. Now for the update. So Emily took the conversation we had to heart, it seems. This last month has been a whirlwind of terrifying developments. She decided to throw herself fully into the dating scene with a take me as I am or not at all stance. It started off decently enough. She went on a few dates, all of which ended without any major hiccups. But then things took a sudden dark turn. Emily met this guy, let's call him Brad, on a dating app. Brad claimed to be a progressive feminist man who was not only okay with Emily not shaving, but actually admired her for it. But his true colours began to show after a few dates. He became manipulative and started gaslighting Emily. He would say things like, "I love that you don't shave, it's so exotic," but then would make her feel guilty for not conforming to societal beauty standards. He'd tell her that men will always prefer women who shave and that she should be grateful someone like him is willing to date her. I intervened when I saw what was happening, but Emily was too deep in Brad's web of deceit to see the truth. She became more and more isolated, stopped hanging out with our friend group, and started doubting her decision to stop shaving. Meanwhile, Brad began to exhibit signs of control and dominance. He'd insist Emily attend gatherings that he wanted to, and would guilt-trip her when she didn't want to. He even started openly criticizing her lifestyle choices, including her decision not to shave in front of others. I tried reaching out to Emily multiple times, but each attempt was met with resistance. She'd either completely ignore my messages or respond with cold, curt replies. I was at a loss, watching my friend spiral into this unhealthy relationship. Finally, after what felt like ages, Emily saw Brad for who he really was. It was during an intervention that he had planned where he invited a bunch of his friends to convince Emily to start shaving again. Emily finally snapped, and in a fit of rage she dumped him and left. I wish I could say this was the end of it, but Emily was left emotionally battered by the experience. She's now second-guessing her decisions and has started shaving again, not because she wants to, but because she's scared that no one will love her otherwise. It's morphed from a political statement to a symbol of her failed relationship and trauma. I don't know how to help Emily regain her confidence. She's lost her spark, and it's been painful to see her like this. After everything she's been through, I just want her to find herself again. I'm not sure what the next steps are, but I'm hoping things start to turn around soon. Now for the comments, not the idiot. Emily, you have every right to make decisions about your own body hair. It's not Brad's place to enforce his preferences on you. It's a huge red flag that he's trying to manipulate and control you to this extent. It's good to hear that you ended the relationship, but it's clear he did some damage. I hope you're able to regain your confidence in time. Not the idiot. Brad appears to have some serious control issues and is using classic gaslighting techniques to make Emily doubt herself. The fact that he planned an intervention to convince her to shave is frankly bizarre and disturbing. Emily, you deserve a partner who respects your autonomy and personal choices, not one who seeks to control and manipulate you. Not the idiot. It's heartbreaking to hear Emily's confidence was so shattered by Brad's manipulative behavior that she now shaves out of fear. No one should feel obligated to change their appearance for someone else's preferences. It's a shame that Emily's brave decision to embrace her natural self was undermined by such a toxic individual. We need to spread more body positivity and acceptance. Now for the next story. I will try to keep this short. I have 3 girls and we still like to do girl trips for the day. My son got married to a girl named Beth. Now, before her first kid, she was average weight, and after it got a lot worse. Her only kid is 8 years old at this point and she hasn't lost the weight. It's bad enough that she needs constant breaks walking. I used to like her and now I don't due to how she acts. Everywhere we go with her it is constant complaining that she is tired. The last girl's trip to the mall was spent sitting on a bench half the day since she needed constant break. If you try to leave she will go on about abandoning her. It's annoying. I invited the girls to go to a farm for pumpkin patch and pick some apples. It has big orchards and a ton of walking. We went and it was a great time and some pictures went on Facebook. I got a call from Beth asking why she wasn't invited. I lied, saying it was just a family trip, and she accused me of lying. I had enough and told her the truth. I told her she wasn't invited due to her weight, that she forces us to stop all the time and it ruins the trips most days since we don't get to do half the stuff. She called me a jerk and hung up. I'm getting texts from my son saying to apologize, but the girls are on my side and are sick of having trips ruined since we have to wait for her all the time. Now for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. I'm going to say that you are mostly not the idiot. It sounds like she does slow you down, and that is a problem for the activity you were doing. It sounds like you were looking forward to doing everything and weren't willing to give any of it up. Also, she pushed you for an answer, and you gave it to her. But you didn't not invite her because of her weight. It was because of her capabilities. I'm a large woman, and I can walk circles around people half my size. I hike trails, I run 5Ks, I work on my feet all day, and a pumpkin patch with an apple picking orchard would not require me to sit through most of the day. I know a lot of other large people who are similarly motivated. My recommendation is that the next time she wants to come with you on a trip that requires more walking than she can handle, let her come, but don't stop for her. If she starts complaining, tell her that she can take a break if she wants, and you will meet back up with her. But you're not tired, and you're going to do X. Tell her that it's okay for her to take a break every time she starts complaining. She'll either take a break by herself or decide she doesn't want to do these types of activities with you, or possibly start working on her stamina so she can keep up. Comment 2. So I recently lost 60 pounds, 40 more to go, and not the idiot. I can't tell you how many places I couldn't go to, how much walking I could do before I allowed my weight gain that I could no longer do. I could see how it affected things and friends, and I got so mad at myself. I was embarrassed and disgusted. I had heart failure. I had pulmonary issues. I got off my butt and did something. Now I'm bench pressing 50 pounds for now. I ran a 5K over the weekend, first in 3 years, and I bike 4 times a week if I can. Sorry, but not the idiot. I get having kids makes things harder. But she is the first to go through this, and she won't be the last. I got help. I swallowed my pride like a good little fat girl and got help. Maybe this will be her wake-up call. Comment 3. Personally, I would be extremely annoyed with anyone who asked why they were not invited when I just wanted to do something special with my daughters. An amp then accused me of lying. Nope, I can understand your response. Not the idiot. Beth pushed too hard, so you pushed back. That's on Beth. Beth was trying to guilt you. ETA about the lying. If you boldly ask someone why you were not invited to go apple picking or any place else in the world, chances are very good that it's not going to be for magical and amp wonderful reasons. The honest answer will always be because we did not want to include you. Best not to ask the question or push too far. Just accept the kind answer. Now for the update. So, a lot has happened in the past month. It's been emotionally draining and a lot of relationships have been tested. My son and Beth have separated. They had a big argument about the whole situation and it escalated quickly. Beth was hurt, understandably so, and my son was torn between his wife and his family. He ended up moving out of their house and staying with me. Beth went into labour prematurely and had a complicated delivery. The doctors said the stress could have been a contributing factor. The baby, a beautiful little girl, was born underweight and has been in the neonatal intensive care unit ever since. It's been a heart-wrenching time for everyone involved. The day trips with my daughters have all but ceased. The guilt of the situation weighs heavily on us, and our joy in these outings has been overshadowed by the grim reality of what's transpired. It's a bitter pill to swallow, knowing that our actions may have played a part in this ordeal. Beth and I aren't speaking. She blames me entirely for the premature birth and the rift with my son. I can't say I blame her. I've tried to apologise, to explain, but she's having none of it. The truth is, I regret not including her. I regret not making more of an effort to understand her situation. I realise now that it wasn't about the weight or the constant complaining. It was about the constant need to feel accepted and included, something I failed to provide. My daughters, on the other hand, are conflicted. They stand by their initial support of me excluding Beth, but they also feel bad about what's transpired. They visited the baby in the hospital and tried to reach out to Beth, but she's not ready to accept their apologies either. My son is torn and hurting. He's been shouldering the responsibilities of a separated husband and a new father all at once. It's been tough on him, and I worry about his well-being. I'm not looking for sympathy or advice, I just needed to get it off my chest. I know I've messed up and I'm living with the consequences. I just hope we can mend things before it's too late. Now for the comments. 1. Not the idiot. You can't be held responsible for the premature birth of the baby. That's just a stress-induced blame game by Beth. However, your son is an adult and capable of making his own decisions. It's not fair for Beth to blame you entirely for their relationship issues. It's unfortunate that the situation has escalated to this point, but it's not solely your fault. 2. Everyone sucks here. This is a difficult situation indeed, and emotions are running high. However, it seems like everyone has made mistakes here. You and your daughters should have included Beth, considering she's a part of your son's life. Beth, on the other hand, should not be blaming you entirely for the premature birth and the rift with your son. Your son also needs to step up and take responsibility for his part in this situation. It's time for everyone to acknowledge their mistakes and work towards mending the relationships. 3. No idiots here. It seems like everyone's in a tough spot right now. It's clear that you all care about each other and are simply struggling with how to deal with this emotional crisis. Beth is likely feeling very vulnerable and scared right now, hence her lashing out. Your son is torn between his roles, and that's understandable. The daughters are trying to make amends, which is commendable. It would be beneficial to seek family counselling to navigate through these difficult times. Now for the next story. I just got back from my friend's wedding in Mexico. It was at a fancy all-inclusive resort. Everyone mostly did their own thing with only a few group events planned, other than the wedding and reception, obviously. One of the group activities was dinner out at one of the restaurants that required a reservation. It was beautiful and the service was fantastic. One hiccup. The best man did not want potatoes. He wasn't allergic. Potatoes did not take out his parents in a dark alley, and he hasn't sworn to avenge them. As far as I know, anyways. I speak Spanish, and after he asked me, I asked the waiter to please not serve him potatoes. Well, you know where this is going. He was maliciously served potatoes, and he would not shut up about it. He pointed out to everyone at our table that he had been served a starchy tuber against his will. Other tables were watching him and listening to him getting upset about the potatoes. He ate the rest of his meal, but would not drop the potatoes. I couldn't take it anymore. I reached over and grabbed the potatoes with my hand and put them on my plate, and then I ate them. He just sat there stunned. Then he got up and went to his suite. He avoided me the rest of the time there, but he made sure to tell everyone what a jerk I was and how unladylike my behaviour was. I just wanted him to shut the F up about the potatoes. My friend wants me to apologise for causing drama. Now, for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. Indeed, he made sure to tell everyone what a jerk I was and how unladylike my behaviour was, and how would he describe his behaviour? Gentlemanly? And GD. My friend wants me to apologise for causing drama. This man seems to be truly dedicated to being offended. Apologising is not going to make things better. Not the idiot, and you sound like an incredibly entertaining person to be friends with. Comment 2. Not the idiot. You removed the problem hilariously. What's the problem? Oh, he realised how freaking easy it was to just remove the potatoes and couldn't take the embarrassment. Or talking about the potatoes was the only thing he could talk about, and you left him with nothing to talk about. Comment 3. You're the idiot. A glorious, wonderful AH that will inspire us all to AH behaviour in the years, nay decades to come. Because taking food off someone's plate is an AH move. But shutting someone up who has been complaining continuously for an hour is a wonderful thing. Now for the update. So it's been a month since the potato incident at my friend's wedding in Mexico. In the spirit of keeping things interesting, I thought I'd share an update with you guys. Unfortunately, the potato debacle didn't just stop at the resort. Shortly after the return from Mexico, I was invited to a house party by a mutual friend. Turns out, Mr. No Potatoes was there too. I thought we could move past this in a friendly environment, but oh boy was I wrong. As I was making my way to the kitchen for a drink, I saw a bowl of potato salad sitting on the table. Guess who was standing right by it? You guessed it. The sight of me approaching upset him so much he knocked the whole bowl over onto himself in the process of trying to move away. The room fell silent, everyone staring at him, covered in potato salad. He then took it upon himself to blame me for his mishap, announcing loudly to the room that I was, and I quote, a potato-obsessed bully. It was as if he thought I had booby-trapped the potato salad or something. The absurdity of the situation led to a round of laughter from the partygoers, leaving him red-faced, and not just from the potato salad. Fast forward to next week, I find a mysterious package on my doorstep. Wrapped neatly, it contained a sack of potatoes with a note reading, I'm watching you. I'm pretty sure it was him since I noticed a car speeding away from my house when I opened the door. And the most recent event. I got a call from my gym saying my membership was cancelled because someone complained that I was using the exercise machines improperly by balancing potatoes on them. The cherry on top, I don't even bring potatoes to the gym, so it seems I've gained a potato nemesis who's dedicated to making my life a living hell, all thanks to a misunderstanding at a wedding dinner in Mexico. My friend, the groom, thinks it's gotten out of hand and wants me to apologise again. But honestly, I think it's insane and hilarious at how far he's willing to go over a simple misunderstanding. So should I stick to my guns or apologise to Mr. No Potatoes for a peaceful life? Only time will tell. Now, for the comments. Not the idiot. This person is clearly trying to manipulate the situation to make you look like the bad guy. They're the ones who spilled potato salad on themselves, and they're the ones making false accusations about you to the gym. They're responsible for their own actions, not you, not the idiot. It sounds like this person has some sort of vendetta against you, and it's not your responsibility to cater to their irrational behavior. Sending threatening notes and trying to ruin your gym membership over a potato incident that they themselves caused is incredibly petty and immature. Stand your ground, not the idiot. You're being victimized here, and it's important to stand up for yourself. Apologizing would just enable their toxic behavior. It's not about the potato salad or the gym. It's about this person trying to control and manipulate you. Don't let them win. If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.